All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Spiral Podcast. Today's the Friday podcast where I just talk about anything college football related, and I just give my thoughts and opinions on it. So let's jump right into it. Today, I'm going to be talking about last Saturday's big upset that everybody's heard about by now. Florida State versus Georgia Tech. It was a really good game. Great game to start off the season, and unfortunately for Florida State fans, let's just say they're going to be starting the season 0-1. And, this is going to be a tough loss for Florida State to recover from. DJU, to be honest, didn't look great that game. Their defense was really bad. They gave up 24 points to Georgia Tech. And overall, if you've seen this title by now, you're going to be wondering what direction I'm headed in. And let's just start off by saying Florida State is still a good team, but they're going to have to prove it in these next few weeks especially. They need to get their get back, and it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be hard. All the controversy, and not controversy, but all the, funny memes about DJU, all the, criticism they've been getting. It's going to be hard for them to defend that, to be honest. And I'm just going to say they've been lucky because, as you guys know, this season there's a 12-team college football playoff, and Florida State can still easily be a top seed in that playoff game, or in the playoffs, if they, but they have to win out every game, okay? I think they do. Their schedule's pretty tough, I'm not going to lie. So the remaining games are Boston College, and then they play Memphis, and then they play Cal, and then they go to SMU, and then Clemson comes to town, and then they have a bye week, and then they play at Duke, at Miami, and then they have North Carolina at home, some really weird team. It's at Notre Dame. Okay, it's a different type of game. That's going to be a tough game. And then they got Charleston, and then they have at Florida. So their schedule's not easy at all. They probably have the hardest ACC schedule I've seen so far. That they have a really tough schedule. So that's why I think next week, or I guess tomorrow, they just need to come out and just really have a great win. But I think they got lucky because the ACC is probably the weakest Power 5 conference I guess it's Power 4 now, but they're probably the weakest Power 4 conference in the league. And I think if Notre Dame was in there, it'd be a different story, to be honest. But I don't know. I think they can easily, if they lock in next week or tomorrow, we'll just have to see. But if they can beat that team, I believe it's Boston College, right? I think, which they should. Yeah, it's Boston College. They should beat Boston College, and if they do, they have to look good, okay? But it's not necessarily about looking good for them anymore, because if they lose another game, they're out, in my opinion. So they got to win that conference championship right now. If you're Mike Norvell, your goal as a team is to make it to that championship game. Don't focus about trying to win it, just trying to make the game. Which means they're going to have to win out. And if they win out, who knows, maybe they could get a bye, or a bottom seed, like a 9 or 10 or 11 seed. But it's going to be tough. I think they really have to win out, because if they don't, that Georgia Tech loss is really bad. And while it was week 0, they should have been prepared. They're a top 10 team. They're ranked 10. If you're ranked number 10, you shouldn't be losing to Georgia Tech no matter the week, no matter the location. I don't want to hear any excuses about jet lag or something, bro. You should beat Georgia Tech, and you didn't. And it's a bad look. I'm not going to lie. It's really bad look for them. So, they're just going to have to win out, I think. And I think they got lucky because while the schedule is hard, if this was last season, their season would be done. So, if you're a Florida State fan watching this, while it sucks that you guys are 0-1 right now, and I would be mad too, you guys still have a chance to win. And this is the great thing about the new playoff format, is that you guys probably shouldn't even be competing for a playoff at all if it was last season. But now you guys still have a chance to make it to the playoffs. And I think you guys can still get a top 4 seed in the playoffs. That's crazy. After you lost to Georgia Tech. And I'm not trying to put down Georgia Tech. I think they're actually pretty solid, but it's Georgia Tech. You guys should have beaten them. But if that was last season, you guys would have never had a chance. So I think if you're a Florida State fan, you guys should be really happy that your team can at least go out there and you can watch every Saturday and still have hope in your heart. It's going to be tough. You guys are going to have to beat Miami, beat Clemson, beat Notre Dame. North Carolina isn't that easy to look over. So it's going to be a tough schedule, but if you guys can I think you guys could just maybe lose one game. If you guys lost to Notre Dame, you might have a chance, but I don't know. I think if you guys lose at all, you're probably done. So at the end of the day, you guys should just be happy, and I think Florida State truly did get lucky that they choked in a season where they still have a chance to make the playoffs. So let me know if you guys agree with that, but I really think they have to win out. If you guys think they can still afford to lose a game, let me know in the comments, because I think there's a scenario where they can, but it's going to be really hard for them to, especially just ACC. You know, I guarantee the committee would pick a 2 or 3 loss SEC team over a 2-loss ACC team. So that's another concern I have, or a Big Ten team for that matter. So that's another concern I have, and another reason why I think they need to win out. But let me know down in the comments. But Florida State, you guys got lucky. If this was last season, your whole season would be cooked by now. But if you agree with this podcast, just let me know in the comments. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.